good segue into the topic, trying to share some perspective of why this matters to you. And I think you're a good resource for us to learn from. I have heard this like market like a media company for, the past few years, I feel like, and it's come from a lot of different sources. I guess I understand it, and you setting the stage to talk about swipe files and the why behind it kind of shines a light on the why for me a little bit, but I'd love for you to maybe kind of dive in a little deeper. Why should we as B2B SaaS marketers kind of be thinking about things like dropping out of the old way a little bit and thinking more like a media company? Like how do you think about that?
Yeah, I think I first heard it maybe sometime last year, like beginning of last year in 2021. And I was like, oh, I love that idea, but I have no idea what that means. I want to do it, but like, what's the brass tacks? Like, how do I get started on this? So that started a time where I was really, I was kind of marinating in the back of my head. What does it mean? What am I looking for? What kind of things am I piecing together? And then I kind of just got tired of it. I was like, no, I really need to know what this means. I think this is going to be a big trend going forward. And I'd started to see some things kind of being pieced together by some innovative startups in the space. And so I was like, okay, from like October to December, I just really poured myself into it, studying, learning, dissecting, reverse engineering, doing a lot of research and trying to build like, okay, what's the playbook here? What are the frameworks? Why is this a thing? How does this work? And also really put it to the test, because like, do marketing teams need to act and function like a media company, or do we just need to look and act like a marketing team? The literal answer is like, no, you don't need to actually become a media company. But I think the thought there, if you really unpack it, is what does a media company do really, really well? Like, why do we say your marketing should look like a media company, or that your marketing team should look like a media company? Well, media companies are fantastic at a few really core things. One, they're fantastic at creating content that people love and that's inherently useful and valuable and also just entertaining in and of itself. So it's not just like a means to an end. It is an end unto itself. Media companies are also fantastic at building a fan base, an audience. They're amazing at basically gathering all this attention, but also keeping that attention. So it's not just like a flash in the pan kind of media blitz or a launch or a piece of PR that comes out, but it's something that's lasting, sustainable, that even grows and compounds over time, where they're transferring an audience from just like these eyeballs and these Twitter posts and these things that are coming here and there, and they're building that into a subscriber base on their newsletter. They're building that into a user base in their community. They're building that into their website, and they're becoming a destination within the space, and not just sort of like a random corner coffee shop, right? They're becoming like the place to go for a specific topic, a specific place to learn, a source of authority in the space. So then when you think about it that way, it becomes a little bit more clear of, okay, like what does this whole marketing like a media company thing mean? Well, content is obviously a big part of that, but really I think at the core of it, content is sort of just a means to an end of how you build yourself as an authority to transfer all these top of funnel eyeballs into an owned audience. This is a framework that I sort of like created to try to simplify things, but I call it the ORB framework. That's how I think basically every media company works, is they borrow other people's audiences, they newsjack, they piggyback of other people, they use influencers, creators, sort of like ride the wave, the trend, the zeitgeist. They partner and they collaborate, they do co-marketing, they'll swap stories, and et cetera, et cetera. And that basically gets you a lot of like top of funnel traffic and attention that you can just tap into immediately and borrow for your own benefit.